Hey y'all, it's Mecca Mecca and I'm coming to you with another YouTube video. As you can see below in the descriptions, I'm doing a story time. But you can also see how my 8-year-old self crashed my mother car. For y'all who know my mother Kels, she do not play. So I don't even know what I was thinking that day. My 8-year-old self, have to go back to my 8-year-old self. I would say, girl, should have not went in that driver's seat. You should have just did your regular pattern. How you did, how you usually warm up the car. But let's just get into the story. I know y'all just eager to find out like what my mother said for those of who know my mom. But here it is. So let's start off from the beginning. So me, my mother, and my older brother, we was going to my auntie Lisa house for like, I think it was Super Bowl weekend, or it was a game that was leading up to Super Bowl. I don't remember it, but she always have these big parties at her house around this time. So we was going over there, and my mom was like, Mecca, you go warm up the car. Kenny's gonna help me with like finishing packing up the rest of my jewelry and stuff like that, because she was gonna show off her jewelry at the party, and then after that she was gonna go to her job. So I brought down the earrings and I took her keys. So usually when I warm up my mother's car, I'm always in the back seat and I just put the key in and I just warm it up like that. And then I just like, I was on my tablet at that time. I didn't have a phone. So I'm usually on my tablet. So I brought my tablet, but I put my tablet in the back seat and I went in the driver's seat. Usually I don't do that. I don't even know why I decided, but I just wanted to act like I was driving at that time. So I was sitting there, I was doing like this, and I was looking at the gear. I was like, and I literally, gear was on park, and I switched it to drive, and it literally, the car went, psh. I was like, and then I like literally, like the car is kind of moving still, but it smacked into my next door neighbor's car. And I was like so scared, like even right now my heart is jumping because literally I was so scared, yo. I was like, oh my God, I just crashed my mother's car and the next door neighbors, oh my God. But luckily I was like, at first I was thinking, oh gee, like my next door neighbor's gonna see. But luckily, like in the wintertime, they always seal up their windows so they can't see like through outside and stuff like that. If they're trying to see like what's going on, they always come outside and stuff like that, hang on a porch. So all their windows is sealed up, so they didn't see nothing. They don't even know still to this day. But yeah, so I feel bad a little bit. But yeah, so I took it off of drive and I put it to park like instantly. I put it back to P. When I tell you, I walked out the car and I was like, I looked at my mom's car and it was scraped. But the next door neighbor car wasn't scraped, but hers, it was like a little bit scraped. And mind you, my mom was having trouble with her car around this time, and she was just about to get a new car, but like she couldn't have nothing happen to this car. Like she's about to trade it in. I was like, oh my God, I got back in the back seat. I was like, oh my God, I was so scared. My mother and brother came outside. She was like, what the? I was like, Mom, no, She was like, nigga, you know I'm having trouble with my car. What the F you was doing? She was like, and God forbid if the next door neighbors would have saw you drove. She was fast. She was like, God forbid if they would have said something, because mind you, she's about to buy a new car or get it traded in. Whatever she was about to do around that time, like she couldn't have nothing happen to the car. And my mom definitely didn't want to pay for nobody else to get their car fixed, but it was nothing wrong with it. She was like, you want to know what? Your ass is grass when you get home. Like literally when she said that, yo, if you a black parent and you lived in a black household, like you already know when they say your ass is grass, your ass is grass. And I was like, I was crying in the back seat, I was shaking and stuff like that. My brother in the front seat sitting there like he's snickering, but my mother told him to shut up. Like she was pissed. Like up until we got to my auntie Lisa's house, she stopped cursing me out, but I could tell the energy that Cal was sending, don't even look her way. Like I went all the way in the room with my cousin stuff. Nobody knew, but like But that didn't last long because my older brother, he gonna sit there and tell everybody towards the end of the party when my mother left and stuff like that. He can't hold water. So I was pissed off at him and stuff. And then my older brother, he picked us up from my Auntie Lee's house. He was like, oh, don't cry and stuff like that. It's nothing to worry about. She's not gonna hit you, you know. But it's still like the simple fact that when your mother yells at you, or like anybody that you know not to play with yells at you, you feel like, okay, it's over. Like you really effed up at this point. Like, and that's how I felt. Like Kelly was mad. Like she got over it and stuff like that. She got over it after the second day, but she was like, Mecca done crashed my car. Like she was like, every one of my kids done crashed my car and stuff like that. I'm like, oh damn. It was only my brother who crashed her car a few times, but now I'm on the list. But y'all, when I tell you, I was so scared to go to sleep that night because I knew my mother was going to do some vicious stuff. She was going to whoop me in my sleep. I was like, oh my gosh, and stuff like that. And then my brother, he was making jokes about it. And my other brother told him to shut up. Like, he was going to be fine. But she never, like, really hit me about it. She was just like, oh, she didn't let me warm up the car after that for a while. But as I got older, she let me warm up the car again. But, and I tell you, like, I was so scared. Like, I was like, Kelly's about to kill me. I was crying. I was really shaking. Like, I was crying, like, way before she got downstairs because I knew, like, I got out the car and I saw the damage. Because her car was like, so this is the next door neighbor car right here. And this was her car. Boom, like that. And her car was damn near in the street. So I'm like, and I'm like this. And as it was on drive, I swerved it. So, y'all, when y'all know, I was scared. I was like, Gels, please. I was just thinking to myself, I didn't say nothing the whole drive back to my Auntie Lisa's house. I didn't say nothing, like, at all, because she was just cursing me out. Like, I still be vexed today about this story because I still can't believe I crashed my mother's car. And, like, she really don't talk about it now that much. Like, she forgot about it, but my brother, she reminds them that they crashed her car. But for me, I'm just glad she laid over. But literally, like, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just doing too much at the time. Like, I was doing too much at the time. Like, I usually warm up the car in the back seat, how I usually do it. I don't even know why I tried to drive. And I think still to this day, I think that's the reason why I'm scared to drive, because I don't have a permit. Like, I haven't been behind a wheel or nothing. Like, I don't know how to drive for nothing. I want to know how to drive, but it's like the fear of crashing. And I think I got that fear from crashing my mother's car, because it's like, if I did damage to her, what could happen if I do damage to my own car? Like, I would know how it feel, like, real bad. So it was like, y'all, like, I don't ask my mom to drive her car. If I do, I'm just joking around, like, But Kel, she let me have it. After she said, your ass is grass, I felt it in my soul. She was gonna tear it up. I thought I was gonna get the whooping of my life. Like, I have got whooped before by my mom, but that's the icing on the cake for that one, because she wanted a new car. Like, she was gonna trade in or buy it, whatever. Like, I really don't know what she was gonna do, like, but she wanted a new car. And I think that's the simple fact of, I messed up that car and she probably could have sold it or traded in. Like, she was mad about that. So, yeah. When I tell y'all, don't take your parents' car. If they tell you to do something, just do it. Don't do the extra. Don't think you can do stuff that you can't do. Because literally, my mom could have whooped my ass. That's what she could have did. But she didn't. But, like, I was just scared of her, like, yelling at me, which she did. And it wasn't so lightly. Like, when she stepped out the door and picked her head up, because mind you, she had her jewelry in her hand, so like she would just put it down, and then like she literally picked up her jewelry, was like, what the fuck? Look at my car, Kenny. I was in the back seat. I was like, Mom, y'all, if y'all was there, y'all would have been cracking, y'all would have been laughing at me. Like, now to this day, I laugh about it, but it still kind of scared me because, like, y'all just don't know the fear, like Kelly just put on my soul that day. She was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, when she said, I'm gonna fuck you up, I wasn't that scared, but when she said your ass is grass, that's when you need to be scared. When your parents say that's what you need to be scared about. But yeah, like, that was the time I crashed my mother's car, and not a lot of people know about this. So it's like, I kept this, like, I don't even tell my friends when they say they crashed their parents' car. I'm like, like, because literally when they crash their parents' car, their friends be like, oh, I just got yelled at. And their parents don't sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna whoop you. Because most of my friends, they never got whoopings before, or their parents don't threaten to beat them. But if I say that, my friends are gonna laugh at me. They're gonna be like, girl, she said what? But most of my friends, they just gonna be like, yeah, I could relate. Like, yeah. Like, my black friends or like some of my Hispanic friends, they be like, oh yeah, your ass was gonna be grass because she said that. But yeah, y'all, that day I still think about it. I was like, dang, yo, I crashed my mom's car. Like, and my next door neighbors was cool though, so I felt really bad. And I'm so glad it happened in the wintertime because I didn't go outside. I didn't go outside that whole winter. It's not because I was on punishment. It's because I was scared to see them, because I was like, oh, damn, like, they're mad cool. They always invited me to parties. Their kids is cool. And I was like, damn, I crashed into the car. But yeah, y'all. That was one of the scariest days of my life. And there has been scary days, but when your mother, and y'all know this, and I'm not even gonna just say black parents, y'all know this, y'all know your mother and she's real strict and she say, I'm gonna get in your ass, you know, you just know she's coming for you. So it was just that feeling and stuff like that. But I learned my lesson. I swear I never even tried to attempt to drive Kelly's car, even when she gave me the keys and stuff like that. Oh no, like, I learned my lesson. But that was my story time, and if you like it, you can like down below.